Even before assuming office, the administration on its campaign trail was touting a pay hike for public servants. After winning the general and regional elections in 2015, public servants expected to see that promise come into fruition. But this has not been the case, since the government of the day was awaiting the findings of the Commission of Inquiry. The report is out, and Minister Harmon explains it will provide guidance as to these increases.
It would in fact give a framework within which salaries should be negotiated. I don't think the report actually says that this is what you must do because, of course, you know, those are issues that have to do with collective bargaining and the rights of the union and the government to negotiate.
This is given the fact that a country's laws actually stipulate a process whereby determinations of public servants' wages and salaries follow interactions with the representing unions. Minister Harmon explains that the administration will allow this process to take its course.
It will set a framework, but of course that's just a framework because ultimately the decision as to salaries increases and so on will have to be dealt with by virtue of a collective bargain agreement between the government and the unions that are involved.
This is welcome news, since for years that collective bargaining process was generally ignored. Speaking with Headline News by way of phone, past president of the GTUC, Mr. Norris Witter, said the move is welcomed if that is what actually obtains.
I think this statement in itself is a commendable one. More so given the fact that last year, salary determination was decided by the very manner that the previous PUP administration adopted, which was wage salary imposition, right?
Yes.
So that statement obviously must be a welcome one.
For years, public servants working under the previous regime were made subject to inadequate representation by their unions. This is due, in part, to the standoffish attitude of the previous administration to properly engage the unions on poignant issues, George.